What's up, everybody? NickDaGreek here. We are up to our Fodder or not to Fodder dark version. Before I begin, we're going to stream tonight at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in Taiwan, it's 10 a.m. Saturday. If you're in California, it's 7 p.m. Friday. And today is Friday, March 27th, 2015. I also forgot to, and I've been neglecting it too. I got B-Boy Denny. I believe his channel is Legendary Gaming. I'm giving him a shout out. He made me a thumbnail for my videos, which I have no idea how to enter. I really got to learn how to do some of these things, guys. I thought I entered it in my last video, and for some reason it's not. I don't see it anywhere. I have no idea what that's all about. So I'd like to give him a shout out. Check out his channel. He's got a couple of nice videos. So let's move on. Guys, like, subscribe, share, and I'd like to thank everybody too. Before I even say anything to anybody, I'd like to thank everybody that's been watching my channel. I believe I hit 2,300 subscribers, which I'm actually very surprised at how fast the channel's growing. So thanks a lot, everybody. I said I might do a giveaway. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't made anything off of this. So the most I'm going to ask from everybody is please like. I'll help you out with all your monsters and everything, all your what to do. I usually respond to comments. I even respond to the people that are trolling, that are trying to troll me. There's actually one guy. If you look at my B9 Dragons farmable team video, if you look at what this guy says, he's actually kind of funny. I don't mind him trolling me, because every single time I have something to say and he's just embarrassing himself. So it is what it is. I found it hilarious, Other than that, guys, I'm gonna have to thank you. I try to make videos to help everybody. I'm pretty much making videos on people's requests. A lot of people are asking me for a lot of requests. So that's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help everybody in the community. If you haven't noticed already, I'm repeating myself and I'm rambling. So I'm just gonna ask everybody, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I also have a fan page on Facebook. It is www.facebook.com/WatchNickDaGreek, and my Twitch, just for everybody that's coming on Twitch tonight. My Twitch is twitch.tv/NickDaGreek319. So come by, hang out. I'll help you make some Giants teams. I'll show you how they work, why they work, how they don't work. Dragons teams as well. As you know, I have over 30 something. I have 35 6-stars. So, and a lot of them are farmable monsters. So you guys can tell me, can you do this, and that, and I'll do it for you, no problem. So let's move on. We're gonna go to the dark monsters, so we don't make this video an hour and a half long. I hope it doesn't turn out to be an hour and a half long. So we're going to start from the awakened versions. By the way, guys, I have no idea if you see the mouse cursor. I have no idea how you get him, because Comtours went and trolled everybody and made these King Angelmon packs, which they're not really worth it. Don't ever buy them. If you ever want to spend your money, let's say you wanna buy a $30 pack or something from the specials. The best one, even at my level, I love it, is the mana pack. It gives you 1.2 million mana. It gives you 750 crystals, a 12-hour booster. Now, guys, the 12-hour booster is only for power farming. Do not do it if you're sitting there farming with like Rena or an Archangel. You're never going to get a 6-star that way. It's really if you have Lucian or Rauk to do Tamor 3, just run right through it. So that's besides the point, guys. Let's get back to Fodder, not to Fodder. Just like his light version, I don't know how you get Havana. I have no idea. I don't think anybody in the world has him either. So if you got him, keep him. He might be useful for something. He's not useful for anything, to be honest with you. I'd keep him just for the collection. This fairy, probably the worst fairy out there. Don't even bother. We're not even going to go through her skills. It's not worth it, guys. Him. I don't know if he's the worst imp or not, but he's not worth it. Don't even bother. He's nothing like the light version. We're not even going to go through his skills. Her as well. There's no point. It's not. She's not worth it. Not worth it at all. I don't like her. Him too. Fodder. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Bother. I'm saying bother. Him too. He has this stupid passive. Resistance and accuracy increases by 50%, but what's the point? He doesn't do anything really. He puts dots and it's not worth it. Yeah, and he has a chance to stun. Yeah, fine. It's not worth it with him. He has no real skill set to work with. Supposedly this guy is a good tank. I've never actually used him. It's this skill: gains immunity against freeze and stun effects, and your attacks deal additional damage proportionate to the enemy's max hit points. It's all this passive over here. Then I forgot what it attacks the enemy with a sandstorm and inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns. Attacks the enemy and decreases their attack power for 2 turns with a 50% chance. I've never actually given this guy a chance. This passive over here I hear is alright for like TOA 100. Me personally, I wouldn't build him. I don't see the reason to build him, even with that passive. So, you want to try him out? Try him out. I don't find him all that interesting. This guy is interesting. Out of all the hows, I'm gonna have to say he's the most interesting one. The problem is this skill, like let's say B7 fire, attacks an enemy and also transfers the harmful effects on yourself to the target. Basically, if you have a bomb on yourself, you put it back on the target. Fine. Or other harmful effects. I think it transfers all harmful effects. The bomb doesn't work on the boss in B7 Dragons. My friend actually tried it out. It doesn't work. He could be fun to use. I would say if you want to have a little bit of fun and you're a higher level and you're not trying to, and you've pretty much progressed as far as you think you can, or you've pretty much progressed, try him out. He might be fun. But other than that, I don't find him useful at all, even though he has the dispel and everything else. I know somebody on Global that made him. He's actually my first fan, so I'm trying to bite my tongue a little bit. All right, sorry, Ike, but Kume is fusion fodder. That's pretty much what he is. Okay, your passive reflects 10% of your damage back to the enemy and fill your attack bar by 25%. What great does that do is I don't even know. He's not that great in bosses. He has this second skill, but inflicts damage proportional to your max HP. It's your max HP. How much max HP can you possibly have on this guy? He is tanky, but still, I don't find any use for him. Fusion fodder, people. He has that leader skill too, but forget it. It's only for dark monsters. Her. Everybody got her, and everybody's telling me, oh, she has this third skill over here, which is kind of useful. Attacks an enemy and reduces their defense for 2 turns and disturbing their hit point recovery. Yeah, this skill is useful. It seems like she has a good attack power as well. But she also seems like she might be a little bit on the squishy side. Attacks the enemy with 2 consecutive kicks and stuns the enemy for 1 turn if you get a critical hit. Alright. Attacks the enemy with fierce kicks, may weaken the enemy's defense for 2 turns. This is good. She has 2 weakened defense skills, and then this one has a hit point recovery. She's not so bad. I think more for mid-game. 5-star her. If she's got a nice attack, if you really, really like her and you want to build a dark team, you can 6-star her. The speed though the speed's actually alright. I'm not too. If you really badly want to build a dark team, increases attack power by 30%. Yeah. I'm not gonna say she's a horrible monster because she's not horrible, but she's not that great either. I'm not a big fan of all the dark monsters, guys. That's the thing about them. He's actually pretty cool. He's a fun monster. Is he worth 6-starring? Not in the beginning. Later on, maybe. I have one 3-star maxed. I believe his skills are maxed. This skill right here increases the attack speed by 15. The attack speed increases as the hit points decrease. The reason why they didn't put the 15 in his base speed is because he'd actually be pretty OP with all that speed and his base speed, and you put Swift Runes on him. That's what I believe. So it's just an additional 15 speed. Don't think that it factors out with Swift Runes. Then we got this skill over here, attacks the enemy and increases your attack speed for 2 turns. Damage increases according to your attack speed. Yeah. He's just fun to use. I don't see him in late game arena at all. I could see myself building him because he's so much fun to use. I think he just gets that 3rd skill. Oh, increases critical rate ability. Okay. I just see him fun to use. That's about it. I really don't see him as a really late game monster. Doesn't really help the team. He only helps himself. This guy was like the B10 Giants king farmer before the nerf. Now it's whatever, but he has this cool skill over here. Reflects 30% of incoming damage for 3 turns and keeps your hit points from falling under 1. Alright. He has this also, increase your attack power and critical rate for 3 turns. Additionally, your attack bar increases by 50%. He's not that great anymore, guys. He's really not. It's fodder, not fodder. I'd keep him just because he's a dark monster. As I've said, keep the dark monsters. This guy is pretty cool. Alright, I actually thought they nerfed him because they changed the skill description over here. Attacks on the enemy's wounds damage is increased by 50% if the enemy is under a harmful effect. So for every single, I thought when they changed the description, they changed the skill too, and it was a nerf. And I accidentally told somebody not to build him to a 6-star or a 5-star, whatever. That's besides the point. Basically, for every single weakening effect on the enemy, which is great for dungeon bosses, he can be used in B10 Giants. I just haven't built him, and I wouldn't take the risk because he's a little squishy as well. So I'd rather have a win team. But that's besides the point. A win/light team. He'll probably hit a boss for 200,000 or 300,000 if you have enough weakening effects. But once again, guys, you need a team around him. Number 1. Number 2. The problem with him is later on in arena you're dealing with a lot of immunity. So you got to debuff the immunity, and then they buff themselves back with immunity. They debuff their own team and all that, like the Fire Archangel and stuff like that. It's very hard to keep him going in the arena. But he hits hard. He's a good monster. I haven't 6-starred mine. I've kept him on the side so I can 6-star him. Okay. He also weakens defense and puts continuous damage on enemies. So he's not so bad. I would 6-star him. Just wait. Don't do it immediately. You know, he's not a monster to 6-star off the bat. He actually seems pretty cool. He has an AoE weakened defense over here. You guys read the skill. And puts continuous damage. He has this. It's proportional to his max hit points, and he's not squishy. And then removes buffs with this skill. So he's actually pretty cool. Would I make him a 6-star? No. Not yet, at least. He has this passive over here, which made it problematic for me in the Trial of Ascension because I couldn't take Sig and Lucian. But just to have this passive work, it's really not worth working on him. It's not. Attacks all enemies at once and inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns. Impact increases depending on defense. He's really not that great. He's not. He's a golem. Let's put it that way. Just a golem. Or she, Maggie. I have him. He seems pretty cool. I haven't used him yet. Increases defense by 20% and recovers 20% of the damage inflicted to the enemies as hit points. Okay, so he has a blood-sucking effect. What does he get when his snatch gets powered up? Oops, we didn't say it that way, guys. Attacks the enemy with a body slam and weakens their attack and power and defense. So this skill is like a Bernard skill, which is cool. And then what does his snatch do? Oh, he stuns if he lands a critical hit, which is cool. It's alright. Really, you got to build a team with him, so I wouldn't 6-star him off the bat. I haven't. So this one, guys, people find him cool for this skill. Alright, inflicts 33% of your max hit points as damage to the attacker and disturbs hit points. Hit point recovery for 1 turn. Did they change him? Attacks all enemies and reduces their defense for 2 turns with a 70% chance. Attacks an enemy with a strong smashing blow. Okay. Oh, what did I do here? Oh, great. Did they change this guy? Really? Acquire last curse. It inflicts 33% of your max hit points to the attacker at this point. This is usually when he dies. So I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but usually this happens when he dies. So I'm not sure if. Anyway, it's not really worth working on him. Yeah, this should happen when he dies. They just didn't explain it correctly in the description. Guys, I don't understand. Come to us. They do all this crap. They get all this money. They put a $4.5 million commercial during Super Bowl, and they can't translate anything correctly, which ends up prolonging my videos. Alright, Jumaline. She's actually pretty cool. I like her. Recovers hit points by 20% if you land a critical hit, and increases your critical hit rate by 30% for the next 2 turns. So basically, she buffs her own crit if she gets a crit, and has a blood-sucking effect. Then attacks the enemy by splitting the enemy's soul in half and recovers your hit points by 35%. So she can receive, I believe, 55% with this skill additionally, with that passive. Then she has the normal regular skill. She buffs her own crit by 23%. And what does she get? Acquire Bloodthirst, which is this one. So she's actually pretty cool to use. There's no weakened defense and there's no ignore defense on her. That's why people don't use her as much, but she's actually pretty cool. Is she worth a 6-star? Not yet. I kept her because I may 6-star her one day. Fodder. We're not even going to talk about her. This skill is so trolly. I honestly thought that this skill works as like a team skill, like the water hellhound or the fire Inugami, the fire Inugami second skill, calls out some violent friends to gang up on one enemy to attack 4 times and weakens the defense for 2 turns with a 20% chance for each attack. I thought pretty much, let's say you take her in the arena, all of your monsters attack one monster all at the same time. No, that's not what happens. So she's fodder. She's not even worth working on. She's also a secret dungeon monster as well. She's not worth working on. Forget it. He's actually alright. He's not great, but he's alright. Attacks an enemy up to 2 times the proportion to each attack has a 30% chance to stun. Alright. He's okay because of this. Increases the attack bar and removes 2 harmful effects. He's okay for this. This is an AoE. Alright. So if you really need an AoE cleanse, though, you go with Kanamiya. I wouldn't build him. He's just alright. He's nothing special. Nothing special at all. See, dark monsters need something. I don't know what it is, but they need something. There's very few decent dark monsters. I kept him. He seems pretty cool. I'd rather have the light one. Inflicts 12% of my max hit points if you attack with a critical hit and weakens defense for 1 turn. They actually buff this. I'm not too sure on how it works. I've seen a couple of 6-star ones. I haven't had a problem with them. It's not anything special, to be honest with you. I kept him, so it is what it is. I pulled him out of a light and dark scroll, to be honest with you guys. Some people may like him. His revive is not worth it at all. He'll revive everybody, but with like nothing for hit points. And increases their attack speed. But he's not worth it. Even for this leader skill over here, 10%. Who cares? Oh, no. I don't know what it is about the dark monsters, but they're not that great. They're actually very disappointing. She's cool. I just 6-starred her. I liked her a lot. My problem is I need a revive with her because I can't keep her alive. Alright, now this 3rd skill right here, with weakened defense, I don't think she had an attack buff, but with the monster having weakened defense, she hit for 40,000. Okay, I ended up putting her runes on Shren and put Shren's runes on her because I couldn't keep her alive in the arena. Which I need to 6-star revive her to at least revive. I've been thinking about Michelle, but I'm delaying it for now. I'm waiting to see if I pull anything better. But she's not bad. She's not bad at all. She's actually a very good monster. If she's worth 6-starring, yeah, she is. She is worth 6-starring if you have the team around her for the arena. Because this Soul Crush disturbs hit points for 2 turns with an arrow that destroys the enemy's soul. The enemy can't be revived if the enemy is killed with this skill. That's why I like her. For those revive teams, the double revive teams and stuff like that. I don't know. Somebody keeps telling me about her. She's good and whatnot and everything. All right, she has 119 speed. I'm not. I still don't see why some people actually like her. I don't see anything great about her. Yeah, she has that counterattack passive, but everybody, that's what Revenge from Ruins are for. Yeah, she's just a martial cat. She has a decent attack power though, but she could probably get one shot by a lot of monsters. I don't see what the point of having her is, even though she's not that squishy, but still. He's not as good as his brother Darian. Alright? He's alright, but he's not that great. Decreases the chances of receiving a critical hit by 50% and decreases the cooltime of your skill each time you're attacked. Yeah, team provoke. So this is why, it's got this provoke over here. You could probably use him for TOA hard, but that's about it. Rashid. I actually seen the 6-star one. She's hard to build because this is based on attack. This skill recovers your hit points by 100% if the enemy you attack dies. Then this is based on attack as well. Actually, she's one of the easier ones to build. Forget it. I'm bugging right now. But this is based on hit points. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me on how some of these monsters. She's not too great. This block flow is pretty cool. You pair her up with Chloe. The problem is she doesn't have like a real heal. Her third skill isn't all that great. She's really not all much of a great monster. Him. I have people ask me about him. He's cool. He looks cool. Gets 15% speed, I believe. Yeah, 15 speed, not 15%. This is an AoE cleanse and increases attack power for the entire team. That's not so bad. That's cool. And then he has this with chain fire. Is he worth making a 6-star? I've seen a few. For arena offense, maybe. And also clears debuffs and does all this. Is he worth making a 6-star in the beginning? No. Guys, you gotta understand, dark monsters are not for noobs, really. They're really not for noobs. They're very hard to ruin. They're very hard to do a lot of things. So, you put Jamie to the side. Him. I really don't even want to talk about him. He's not... I don't see anything... Yeah, no. He's like the water imp. He's nothing special. No. Nothing special at all. Forget about him. Done. She's actually pretty cool. She has this 2-turn sleep. You want to build it to a 5-star, it's not so bad. She has a hit point, I'm guessing hit point. Oh, it's a resistance, okay. She has this skill also, Toad Poison, removes beneficial effect with the 7 and then blocks a beneficial effect. Is she worth 6-starring? No, not really, but she's okay. She's not bad. For newcomers, she's alright. She was actually a monthly dark monster that everybody got. People ask me about Thrain all the time and why I built him. I have the wrong runes on him. Really, it's supposed to be violent focus, speed, hit point, accuracy, or speed, hit point, hit point. He's not so bad. For arena, horrible. 91 speed over here. You see this? One of the slowest monsters in the game. The reason why I 6-starred him is because people are using the water one for this skill right here in TOA hard. Alright? I didn't do the water one because this one has an AoE CC. Meteorites of whatever. He stuns. Okay, he has an AoE stun. It doesn't stun everybody. It doesn't even hit everybody. It hits like 3 out of the 4 or 4 out of the 5, something like that. Or 3 out of the 5. The skill has it's a weird skill. But that's why I have him. It's the only reason why I have him. And I'm not even progressing in TOA hard at all. Zinc. I think he's pretty cool. He has 2 AoEs. I would do Despair Focus on him. Attacks all enemies 3 times and weakens the attack power. Alright, fine. And everything is based on defense. Now, would I 6-star him immediately? No. But he's not bad for Trial of Ascension. Just because he has 2 AoEs, there's better monsters though, guys. A lot better monsters out of the wind, fire, and water monsters. There's better monsters than him to make 6-star. Hey, mine is sitting there 5-star. Oh no, mine is still a 4-star maxed. I haven't even bothered to 5-star him. So, whatever. This is probably critical, right? Okay. This is okay. Increases crit rate. Guys, I'm telling you, you're going to be disappointed in this. He's not that great. Forget it. The dark monsters really aren't. They're such weird builds. I pulled him out of a light and dark scroll. I'm trying to figure out what to do with him. You won't be able to receive any beneficial effects during battle? Really? Oh, I'm not too thrilled with him. Now that I read it in big screen. Ah, whatever. Keep him just in case they buff him, they do something to him. He actually looks kind of cool. This is probably crit rate. No, increased effect accuracy. Alright, let's see what these skills do. Okay. Now we're lagging a little bit. Of course we are. So I'm guessing he removes buffs with this. It doesn't make sense to me. They don't say that it does, but at the end, damage increases by 30% for each removed harmful effect. Oh, each removed harmful effect. This skill doesn't. The attack power increases according to defense, and the damage increases by 30% for each removed harmful effect. So I'm guessing he removes harmful effects and then puts them on. I'm not even sure. This has a weakened defense. You can go revenge on him, because he also has a 15% chance to revenge with this passive right here. You can go revenge nemesis, revenge guard, revenge revenge violent, do defense, 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 since all his skills are based on defense. I'm not too thrilled with him either though. I think the light one, his light counterpart, is a lot better. Where are we now? I actually just got him the other day for being Guardian. He seems alright for beginners. He's not so bad. Removes a harmful effect from yourself and recovers the hit points by 25%, increases your attack speed for 3 turns. Then he has this AoE right here. It's not an AoE slow though. Oh yeah, decreases the attack. Yeah, it is. So he's not so bad. I would put Despair Focus on him. Speed, hit point accuracy. Try and get this skill going. Is he worth 6-starring? I highly doubt it. I have him too. I pulled him out of a TOA scroll. Increases crit rate. Draws the bolt. 10% of your hit points to increase critical rate to 100%. Yeah, he has a nice attack though. Aims for the head and shoots with increased critical hit. It stuns the enemy for 1 turn if you get a critical hit. Yeah, I don't see any real use for him, to be honest with you. These dark monsters are just so atrocious sometimes. I went over him. We'll go over him again. Fuck it. Yeah, he's not worth it. Not worth it at all, guys. Him, I'm hearing good things about him now. I heard that this skill actually hits pretty hard, inflicts damage to all enemies proportionate to my defense, and decreases the attack gauge by 35%. Hearing good things that this actually hits pretty hard. How hard it hits, I don't remember. See, what's good about him is he increases defense and he recovers hit points. To everybody, proportionate to his max hit points. So it's not so bad. The fact that he increases defense. You need to put him with like an immunity monster though. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna recant on my review on the water one. The water one's a lot better than what people think he is. I'm thinking about building a water one because of that second skill, increases defense. The thing is, you need him with immunity to actually make him effective. So we're on the Dark Ninetales now. Is she worth it? No, not really. She doesn't have anything all that great. She has a high attack, but her skills are just They're bleh. Attacks the enemy and stuns them with a critical hit. Attack will always be a critical hit on a sleeping monster. Puts the enemy to sleep for 2 turns. Yeah, she's really not worth it. The Dark Undying. She has a revive with a full attack bar. This isn't so bad. This skill isn't so bad. It's situational, but it can be used. I've actually fought a Dark Undying. She was a little bit on the annoying side. She's not so bad. That skill can be used. She looks like she's a little bit on the squishy side, but other than that, it's not so bad. He's pretty good. I think it's between him and Beretta for second place out of all of the sylphs. But he has this AoE sleep that will put you to sleep for 2 turns. Then he has the same skill as Beretta, the second skill. And then whatever this is, yeah, he just increases his critical rate. A downfall on him is it's a dungeon speed leader ability. I don't like that at all. Yeah, Turbulence got powered up. What is his turn? Causes turn goes to something, increases your attack. Oh, and it increases your own attack gauge by 50%. I like him. He's cool. He's good. Just for this AoE sleep. How would I ruin him? I would probably ruin him Violent Focus, Speed, Hit Points, Accuracy. Doesn't really need the spare runes. The AoE over here puts him to sleep. And the sleep function is not going to proc a despair proc. So, he's good. She's actually really good. She's an OP version of Arnold. She's not as tanky as Arnold, but she is an OP version of Arnold for this third skill right here. Steals life from the enemy. The amount stolen is equivalent to 30% of your max hit points. You gain another turn if the enemy dies. That's OP right there. I would ruin her either Violent Energy, Violent Endure. You could do Revenge too for this little skill right here. Just do hit point on her. Look for a couple of speed substats and hit point substats in 1, 3, and 5. And she's actually very good. She has an AoE heal over here, too. What does she get when she's awakened? Dark Recovery, which is this. Yeah, but this is cool. This is OP. If she kills somebody, she gets an extra turn. I wish I could pull her out of a Light and Dark Scroll. She's okay. She's not that great. Yeah, she's better in dungeons than she is anywhere else. This isn't even an AoE, it's just for a single target monster. The best thing about all the succubuses is this skill right here, but I'm not thrilled with it. Okay, she's not that great. Arya, the light version, is much better than her. Where are we up to? We're up to the Dark Joker. If you ask me which Jokers are the best ones, Lucian is obviously number 1, and this is the second best Joker. Great Joker. This skill right here is great. Decreases the cooltime when you're attacked and counterattacks to inflict damage proportionate to your attack power. So basically, you put up bombs, they attack him, and the cooltime gets decreased as he gets attacked, which is really cool. I like him. It's a race between him and Lucian. Lucian is better, but it's a race between him and Lucian. Alright, guys, so he's a really good monster. Is he worth 6-starring? Absolutely. I want him. I hope he's the next Hall of Heroes, but whatever. She's actually not so bad for this skill in dungeons. Okay, it works on the enemy's max hit points. See, she puts continuous damage. This is a big hit too. And she removes buffs. She's actually good for B10 dragons. I saw somebody using her in B10 dragons. Him. Alright. He was a Hall of Heroes. They gave him to us because he's not that great. He's very squishy. He has a very high attack power, but only has a single... He's only a single target DPS. He has this skill right here. Increases your critical rate by 20%. His passive, I'm sorry. And decreases the chance of receiving a critical hit. Fine. He's still too squishy to... Sometimes, even if they don't crit you, Arnold will take him out in one turn with his extortion. So he's just way too squishy. That's the problem with him. But he's a good Rage Blade monster. I'd build him Rage Blade, attack, crit damage, attack. He's not bad. Is he worth 6-starring? Not one of your first. I'll tell you that right now. I know a lot of people that made that mistake, and I told them from before, but they were like, oh, he hit so hard. No, sorry. It's not worth making him a 6-star. She's actually very good. She's a natural 4-star. She has this skill over here, attacks consecutively with 30% chance to ignore defense. The multiplier on this skill, if she hits you twice, you'll probably get hit with like a 50 or 60k damage. Like, it's crazy. And then she has this one, it's an AoE, which isn't bad. And then this is the regular skill for all of them. So she's actually really good. Not bad at all. I fought one. She one-shotted one of my monsters so fast, I couldn't believe what was going on. She's pretty cool. Is she one of the better ones? I don't think so. I still think the fire one is the best one, and the light one is the next best one. I know a few people with her. They're a little bit disappointed, I think, but it is what it is. Rage Blade, guys. She gets you could do Rage Blade, you could do Swift Blade, you could do Violent, but she gets a 50% 15% crit rate bonus. So Blade something. Blade Violent, Blade Rage, Blade Swift, whichever one you prefer. This guy, people say that he's alright. If he had a weakened defense, well, he does, but it's either or. Either attack or weakened defense. And it's based on his proportionate on his max hit points. Alright, you build him tanky. He has this. His passive is a little bit better than Darian's. The only reason why is because there's a 50% less chance of receiving a critical hit. So, I don't know. It is what it is. It doesn't stack with Darian, so don't try to put him with Darian. Darian is better because he weakens defense off the bat with his skill. So, do you want to pair him with Darian? I don't know. I really don't think it's the best of ideas. He just looks cool. I don't see anything great with his passive. Decreases inflicted damage you and the recovery amount by 50%. And recovery, it decreases the recovery amount by 50% also. What is that all about? The attack power increases by 30% if an enemy or ally dies. Look, they keep buffing the liches every single time they make a patch update, which I have to update my other fodder, not the fodders now. They keep buffing them. By like 2018, they're gonna be OP, but not anytime soon. He's actually okay. He has a really high attack. and he a really high attack for a 5-star, higher than Lucian to be honest with you. He has an AOE over here. He's actually a very good monster. Would I 6-star him? Yeah, absolutely. He's actually a very good monster. And I believe he weakens defense over here. Rage Blade, you want to go with him? Either Rage Blade or you could do Violent Blade or whatever it is. But Rage Blade would be optimal with him to get the most damage output out of him. I keep hearing good things with him, and now they're buffing all of the Kung Fu girls, you know, which is every single update they have. Another one by 2018, they're gonna be 3 years from now. They're gonna be OP because every single patch update they keep buffing them. You know, attacks the enemy 4 times with the power of darkness. With the power and ignores the enemy's attack with a 20% chance. Supposedly that this is going to be able to be counter-attack. This attack will be a counter-attack, which is pretty cool. It's not too bad. This doesn't remove buffs, I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, this one does. It's the white one that doesn't remove buffs under 2nd skill. So they're also adding an attack buff to that too. She has a leader ability, 24%. She's not so bad. I heard that this skill actually hits very hard. 6-starring her is definitely an option for her, especially if they're all going to get the buff on the 4th of April, where this is going to counterattack. Yeah, she's definitely worth 6-starring. Absolutely. The Dark Brownie. I've seen there's another YouTuber, Childish Plays, that uses him. He's not so bad. He has a buff. He has something like a Seek buff over here, and increases attack power and critical rate. Can he replace Seek? No, I don't think so. Seek is actually a very hard-hitting monster. The thing about him is he has his leader ability too, which is really good. So you're gonna have monsters that are critting like there's no tomorrow. This skill is actually really cool too. Inflicts damage proportionate to your max hit points on all enemies, and removes the harmful effects on the enemy with a 75% chance. The enemy is put to sleep for the number of turns equal to the number of removed effects. So it's not that bad. You know what? I really wouldn't build him as an attack monster. I was talking to Childish today. Childish was telling me he wanted to do attack. I think hit points is better just for this skill right here, and have the rest of your monsters hit him as hard as possible. So I would do speed, hit point on him. Try and get him as fast as possible with violent runes to make him viable. You don't want him going first, so violent focus would be the way to go. Speed, hit point, or speed, hit point, accuracy, whichever one you need. Try and get accuracy substats, but I believe hit points is the way to go on him, just to keep him tankier, and this skill is based off of hit points. And you want him to survive too, to buff the team as well. So that would be the way to go with him. Or up to him. I hear good. You know what? I haven't heard good things about him. I'm gonna have to read his skills. Attacks all enemies 3 times. He's okay. He's not that great. He's like a mix of the Fire Bomber and the Wind Bomber. His light counterpart is a lot better. A lot better. He just looks cool. Huh. Increases resistance. Oh boy. I know I went over him. We're going to go over him again. Attacks the enemy with a rage. The cooltime resets and gains the turn with a 25% chance. Oh, you go violent blade with him probably. Or violent focus to get him to stun with this. And he puts continuous damage with this. Seems alright. Maybe annoying in the arena. I heard the multiplier on this is really high, and usually the multipliers on most of the monsters, even if the skill is different, they scale the same way. So I heard that this, so I'm guessing this might hit really hard. The problem with this one is he gets resistance. The other ones get crit rate. So how you want to build him is up to you. You'd have to play around with him. Attack, crit damage, attack. I would take the chance and see what he can do. Is he worth 6-starring? I don't know. So that's the thing. I heard that the multiplier on this gets crazy. Alright? I heard that he hits really hard. And he seems pretty tanky too. He's a hit point monster. Really? With a low attack. Very tanky. 12,000 hit points. That's a lot. Base hit points. But I have heard that this multiplier is pretty good. Build him a attack, crit damage, attack. It doesn't matter that he's a hit point monster. And build him Rage Blade. This actually scales pretty hard as well. And so does this. I'm a little worried about this whole hit point thing. He's a natural 5-star though, guys. Increases critical rate by 15%. Yeah, Rage Blade is the way to go with him. So weird. He's a hit point monster. But anyway. She is like the one that everybody wants for some reason. I like Vanessa better, but this skill hits pretty hard. I'd build her Rage Blade. She has his leader ability. This is the best leader ability in the arena right now. Okay? Increasing attack speed by 33% in the arena is amazing. Increases resistance. I'd still build her Rage Blade. This is pretty cool. And so is this. So, this, if you kill somebody with this automatically procs. And she becomes invincible for 1 turn. And this skill actually goes crazy. It scales pretty high. Rage Blade, guys. She's a very good monster to have. Definitely worth 6-starring. Him. Oh my god. It's like, it's such a shame that he's a dark 5-star. And he's a dragon too. He's like the worst dragon of them all. It's insane. This skill does nothing. I don't even want to go over it, to be honest with you guys. You know, you build him Rage Blade, and like the skills, they don't amount to anything. It's like, really, he's a natural 5-star dark monster. I don't know what they gotta give him another buff or something. He's pretty cool. He's got like the 2nd or 3rd highest attack in the game. Not squishy. Base hit points. This skill, if he ends up... Oh, of course we're going to lose HD. What's going on? Alright. This skill burns the enemy's soul in a fiery path and inflicts continuous damage 3 ways for 2 turns. The enemy can't be revived if the enemy is killed with this skill. I don't think it works with the continuous damage killing him, but if he kills one of the enemies or one of your allies, whatever, with the skill while it's going, they won't be able to revive him, which... This is pretty crazy. It's an AoE as well. So let's say you killed the whole team. I don't know what the multiplier is. It's probably pretty big on this one. Nobody can get revived. Well, obviously nobody can get revived if he kills the whole team. But let's say you killed 3 out of the 4 and the reviver's still alive. They can't be revived. I like him. I like him a lot. People say he's shit, but I actually like him a lot. Then you got this. This is based off of the enemy's HP. So this can hit very hard. Perna has this skill, and this skill can absolutely hit really hard. Let's see what he gets when he's awakened. Resistance by 25%. I'd still build him Rage Blade. Honestly, I'd still build him Rage Blade. 5-turn cooldown, it probably goes down to 4. That's crazy. I'd still build him Rage Blade, even though he has a shitty speed. His attack is crazy. I think he can demolish teams. I wish I had him. Huh. Zoratu, probably the best single target DPS monster in the game. You built him Rage Blade because of this passive right here. Inflicts up to 2 extra turns with 50% of the damage if you get a critical hit. Oh my goodness. Then he buffs his own attack and immunity. And he has a 25% resistance. I tried to debuff him one time with my Praha and it was like almost impossible. It's like they have like a special resistance and everything. Absolute worth 6-starring this monster. Probably the best single target DPS in the entire game, guys. Great monster. His attack isn't all that great, and he is a little bit on the squishy side too. And not really, and yes, but oh my god, it just gets crazy. I've had a Zoratu one-shot everybody one by one by one by one. It gets crazy with him. He's pretty cool. I like him. What does he get? Awakened. Increases critical rate by 15%. Okay. So this passive over here recovers the hit points of an ally by 30% of the damage inflicted, and recovers the attack bar of all allies by 30% if you kill an enemy. Alright. That's not bad. I would build him Rage Blade. He has a nice attack. And he gets a 15% crit rate bonus. And you got this too. Attacks an enemy weakening its attack power and decreases its attack speed for 2 turns. Alright, whatever. Pretty much you're probably going to be killing them with this. Look, the vampires, this one probably hits very hard. I see this attack power and I'm like, not bad. Beats a lot of natural 5 stars. So he's not one to think that he's a piece of shit. He's actually a very good monster. I like that passive that he has. Her. She was actually one of the better oracles at some point, but now the light one actually took the cake. Increases attack power by 33%. What does she get? She gets accuracy. See, this is a built-in stun in her. This is like passing time, but it's not. It removes buffs, but instead of turning the buffs into constant damage, she puts a stun, which isn't bad. Then she has this bomb over here that probably scales pretty nicely. Inflicts continuous damage and puts a bomb on the enemy that'll blow up after 3 turns. Then she buffs her own attack bar for every time she crits. She attacks 3 times, so you get a 45% attack bar buff every time she gets a regular attack. She's good. She's absolutely worth 6-starring. Now, between her and Annabelle, they are the 2 best occult girls, Nikki and Annabelle. What does she get when she gets a resistance? 25%. Alright, so this attacks 5 times instead of 3 times like Annabelle. And it disturbs hit point recovery by 3 turns. Then she has this over here. Now this is based on her hit points. See, it's hard to build these. Oh no, yeah. Oh, it's not based on her hit points. It's based on her attack. All right. See, Annabelle's harder to build because Annabelle, her 3rd skill is based on hit points, and her 2nd skill is based off of attack. But she's pretty much based off of attack, and she has a decent attack right here, 812. It's not bad. You build her attack, crit damage, attack, or attack. I'm sorry, guys. Violent focus. Try and get some accuracy for this. Do accuracy substats. Plus, you need some accuracy for this as well. So, she's actually very good. If you had me choose between the 2 of them, she's easier to build. Annabelle is a little better because she has an AoE weakened defense, but she's easier to build since she's all attack. So, that's good. You don't need you do need good runes, but you don't need like insanely runes for her. I actually know somebody with him on global. Increases critical rate by 15%. This is a passive. Increases the attack bar of all allies by 10% if an ally receives a critical hit, which isn't bad. Then you got this. The damage of this attack increases as your hit point drops if your hit point ignores defense. This skill right here, honestly, hits really hard. I would do attack, crit damage, attack, especially because he gets a 15% crit rate bonus. Try and get his crit rate and crit damage as high as possible. This skill right here could probably hit for like 50k. I've gotten hit by a wind one for 30 when he was below 30% of his hit points. So this skill right here, if he gets below 30% of his hit points, he could probably do like a 50 or 60k crit. Not bad at all, Ragdoll. They just gotta change the name. What kind of a name do you give a Dragon Knight? Ragdoll. Seriously now. Like, what is that all about? Anyway, I'm not too thrilled with him. This one. What does he get when he's awakened again? Increases attack speed by 15%. Alright, he's fast. Let me see this skill. Attacks and decreases the defense for 2 turns. The attack power increases as your hit points decrease. Alright, whatever. Then you got this AoE over here. Attacks with a giant cloud to inflict damage proportional to your max HP. He's an attack monster. And stuns them for 1 turn. Or decreases the defense for 2 turns. Alright, he has 2 AoE weakened defenses. So, I guess he's alright. But, alright. I don't understand why his attack and both of his skills are This one scales off of his max hit points. And then this one scales off of him losing hit points. That's the thing about it. Guys, you gotta understand, some 5 stars, unless you have like really, really, really good runes, sometimes they're worthless to some people. You know? That's why, once again, I'm going to stress it. You need to make a Giants team and a Dragons team. Okay? What kind of runes would I put on him? Let me see his cooldowns. 6. I would go Violent Energy or Violent Endure. Hit point, hit point, hit point. With him. We're up to, let's not skip another Archangel. I'm getting a lot of stuff for skipping an Archangel. What does he get? Resistance, probably. Increased critical rate by 15%. Okay. So the inflicted damage decreases as the number of surviving allies increases, and inflicted damage increases as more allies die. It's like, how do you do this to a Dark Archangel? And then it's based on defense. And then this is based on defense also. How do you want to build him? You want to try Rage Blade, defense, crit damage defense. I don't see any other way of him hitting it hard at all. So yeah, try Rage Blade, defense, crit damage defense on him. And he'll probably hit hard. Other than that, I don't really see great use. I don't know how they do this to the Dark Archangel. It's so crazy. He's another one with dumb abilities. I know somebody with him, and she's not happy with him at all. Attacks all enemies with the spell. Alright, and then blocks all beneficial effects for 2 turns. The powers, okay, they're all according to his max hit points. Yeah, this skill right here is what kills him. I don't understand. Him and the water one have this skill. It's like, they're really not that great. They have a high base HP. This might hit kind of hard, not all that hard. So it's like some of these dark monsters are just whoa. You know, to make dark monsters work, you gotta be late game. It's like, except for Zoratu, but especially the 5 stars. She has a... Okay, so she basically resets all of the... or puts all the cooldowns to not cooldown, and then revives everybody with 30%. Revives one ally with 30%, which is okay. This is good. She weakens defense for 2 turns. She has a high base hit point. And then her attack isn't all that high. She's actually not so bad for a reviver. She could be better though. Karaka. What kind of a name is Kraka? Really? She's pretty cool. I like her leader ability, but other than that, 28% speed, which is probably the second best leader ability, speed leader ability in the game. She's an attack monster. She has a pretty high attack. Attacks the enemy with a hidden dagger. The inflicted damage increases as your hit point decrease. Attacks with a critical hit if your hit point is below 50%. Okay. How would we build her? Rage Blade probably. Oh, she gets a skill up on the Amuse. This skill is pretty much based on her attack power. So she's an all attack monster. Attack, attack, attack. I'd probably do her Violent Blade. You really don't need Violent on her, but I would do Violent Blade anyway on her, just to get her to attack a lot more. She has this heal too. She's not bad. She's okay, in my opinion. What does he get? Awakened? Increases attack speed. He has a very nice attack speed, 118. Steals 15% of my hit points from all enemies. This is cool. You tank him out, and basically he's going to take 15% of everybody's hit points. It's cool. It's not useless, but it can be kind of useful. Attacks the enemy 2 times and removes harmful effects with a 50% chance. Okay, fine. Regardless of the attribute with a fatal blow. I don't see why they put that skill on him if it's not based on hit points, and this is okay. This skill is actually pretty cool. It's not bad. basically tank him out. Put violent energy, hit point, make his hit points as high as possible, and work it out that way. I think somebody got her the other day too. What did she do exactly? Increases critical rate by 15%. I already see another Rage Blade monster. Attacks the enemy to inflict great damage and leaves cursing brand. The inflicted damage on the target with the brand is increased by 25%. That sounds pretty cool, actually. So basically, if you attack her, if one of your allies attacks her afterwards with the brand on them, the damage is increased by 25%. That doesn't sound so bad. I think she has, this is proportionate to the enemy speed. I don't know how this scales. I haven't seen it actually. I'd love to pull a Polar Queen and see how this scales. She seems pretty good. I would do Rage Blade on her. Even though her attack isn't that high, I would definitely do Rage Blade on her. She has a weakened defense skill too. Great all-around monster. Definitely worth 6-starring her. And then we got Ramos. Ramos is good. He's good for dungeons. He's good in TOA. He's good in dragons. He's good in a lot of things. A lot of people are using him in arena. I'm not really using him too much in arena. I have him. You can build him swift focus, violent energy, violent endure. Even though you really don't need the endure. You do and you don't. There's a lot of different ways to build him. I prefer swift focus. The reason why I put the focus as well is for the dots. He does a dot over here. He has a natural stun. So, and those focus runes were actually the fastest ones I had. I have him. I'm happy with him. Very happy with him. I farmed dragons with him. I did TOA floor 100 with him. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Great monster. Absolute worth fusing and 6-starring him. The only way to pull him is by fusing him anyway. So you can't get him out of the light and dark scroll. Alright guys, I hope you weren't too disappointed in this. It's very hard to build dark monsters. Dark monsters are really end game material. Extremely end game. And you gotta build teams around most dark monsters, okay? So I would love to hear your feedback on this. And guys, if you have any more ideas, I started the bootcamp, the NickDaGreek's bootcamp video series. And now we finally ended the fodder or not the fodder. I'd love to hear everybody's feedback again. Please like, share, and subscribe my video. Like my fan page on Facebook, www.facebook.com/watchnickdagreek. I don't know if I did it in the beginning of the video. This video is so long. I'd like to send a shout out to my boy, B-Boy Denny. His channel is Legendary Gaming. Check him out. He's a cool kid. He actually did a thumbnail for me on my birthday last week, and I told him I'd give him a shout out. And tonight we will be twitching in, we're not going to say how many hours because it doesn't really matter. By the time you see this video, it might be an hour later. So 10 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. in Taiwan time, 7 p.m. in California time. And it's, what is it? It's like 4 in the morning in some places in Europe, or 3 in the morning in some places in Europe. Sorry, guys in Europe. We will be twitching, www.twitch.tv/NickDaGreek319. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And keep me posted if any of you have any more kinds of videos you want me to make. I will do it for you.